Hi friends, in today's video we are going to see the topic of bad jobs in Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. So if you are watching my video for the first time, my name is Sriram Sivashankaran and I have been posting videos, documents and articles related to Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. So if you want to get daily updates, please do follow my profile. Okay. So in today's video, we'll be seeing the bad job in Dynamics 365. So we'll be answering the following four questions. What is bad job in Dynamics 365? How to create a bad job? And how to clear the history of bad jobs, because over a period of time there will be multiple bad jobs created in your system based on your business requirements. So how to clear the history of bad jobs, and we also see what are all the possible statuses in the bad job, and because each and every status are very important, you can also change the statuses. So how to do that, that's what we are going to see in today's video. So let's quickly get into this. So first of all, what is bad job in Dynamics 365? See, bad jobs are basically will help you to run a task during the non-peak hours. So basically, it will help you to automatically process the certain business operations and avoid manual intervention in case of repetitive tasks. Okay, so like a bad job can use to it is also will be helpful to avoid the slowdown of your system, because there are multiple users processing the purchase order confirmation, sales invoice, journal postings. So in those cases, a bad job will be convenient to post those information during the non-peak hours. And at the same time, you also should know that a bad job is basically under system administration. If you go to inquiries and inquiries, you will have the database bad jobs. Also, the bad jobs are submitted to an application object server. So this instance will automatically process all your operational requirements in the backend, right? So if you want to automate certain business operations like confirming your purchase orders or posting your sales invoices, automatically receiving your transfer orders, so those can be achieved using your bad jobs. So we'll see quickly how to do that. So that's what, first of all, first question is about what is a bad job. So now we'll see how to create a bad job. You can also create a bad job directly from using by navigating to the following path, click on new and then create a bad job. You can do that. Or also at every module level, let's say if you go to account receivables, invoices, if you want a batch invoicing processing is required for your invoices or free text invoices, you can do that. So the packing slip is posted, so you want to convert those packing slip posted sales orders and post the invoice automatically. For that you can create a bad job. Or even if you go to inventory management, like I said, if you want to process automatically receive the transfer orders whatever which are shipped, then you can post a bad job for that. Or let's take a easy example so that everybody can relate to it. Okay, so let's take in case of procurement and sourcing module, let's say I whatever the purchase orders which are approved, I want those approved purchase orders to be automatically confirmed. I just don't want the purchasing executive to come back again whether the manager has approved my purchase order or not and then confirm the purchase order. So in those cases, I am planning to schedule a purchase order confirmation batch job. Okay, so in order to do that, now just go to confirm purchase order. So under the confirm purchase order, first of all, to create a batch job, we need to tell the system, okay, so this is the query, the selection criteria based on which you run a batch job. We are telling the system. In order to tell that, first you enable this late selection criteria, right? So once you enable this, so like the help text clearly says, it will the query is run whenever the batch job is going to run in the system. So first we have enabled this toggle, then we have to tell the system what is the query based on which you want to run the batch job. Not do that, just click on select over here on the top left corner, and here you can add a number of criterias. Let's say um, purchase order, I want maybe specific warehouse also you can give warehouse. Let's say I want from 21 whenever there is purchase orders in the warehouse 21. So already there is a vendor which is vendor account is specified over here. I'll select a different vendor account. Let's say I select the vendor account Acme Office Supplies. Then purchase pool, I let me keep this as 02, a site as also 2. So whenever I receive any purchase orders which is in the approved state from site 2 warehouse 21 from the vendor account Acme Office Supplies. I want those purchase orders to be automatically confirmed once the purchase order is approved. Okay, so now I'll click on OK. So this is the criteria which we have given, and here before clicking on OK, now you need to click on batch job. So we'll discuss on this. So batch, in order to process the batch jobs, first you need to enable the batch processing to yes, and you can define the recurrence. So in order to define the recurrence basically defines how often you want this batch job to run, whether on every hour, every minute, or every day, every week. How often you want this batch job to run. That's what is defined over here. I'll just keep this as no end date. You can keep it as every week if you want to run every week on Monday, you want to run this every week on Saturday, you want to run this, so that the businesses are not working on Saturdays and Sundays. So you want to run these batch jobs on Saturdays and Sundays. So you can configure it based on the options available over here. The options are plenty, and let's say for the sake of this video, I'm just configuring the recurrence as 1 minute. So every 1 minute this batch job will run and confirm auto confirm the approved purchase orders. So you can also configure the alerts for if you want the batch job to send an alert based on whether it is entered. If there is an error, you can also configure it based on your official mail ID, and then you can configure that. So basically, using the parameters, you will be able to. Also, if you want, you can give the business events whenever it is started or ended. If you want to get notified about the business events, you can enable the respective toggles. I'm just enable only the error toggle. It is always enabled by default. So in case of any errors in the batch jobs running process, so you will be notified. So this is how the batch job need to be configured using the recurrence alerts and business events. So batch processing is enabled. Now I click on OK. Now you also need to note that the print purchase order is enabled by default, because your purchase orders will be, there will be a prompt which is saying that you want to print the purchase order or not. So whenever you confirm the purchase orders, so I'm given the print destination, use print management destination to enable yes. I'll click on OK now. So again, it is asking me the select destination is accessible from the computer. Okay, that's completely fine. It's not valid, but still it's fine because we want the batch job processing. So we got a notification that the purchase order confirmation job is added to the batch queue. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create a purchase order, and we will not confirm it, and we will see how the batch job runs and it gets automatically confirmed. So now the vendor account, what we have selected is Acme Office Supplies, Acme Office Supplies, and we gave the criteria as site 2, warehouse 21, and then okay, the purchase pool is already 2 because the purchase pool also we gave us 2. Now I'll click on OK. Then active change management I have disabled, so it is already in the state of approved because we are not going to process it through workflow approval. So I'll just add any item because it doesn't matter, any it can be any item. Let's say 10 quantity. I will save this. Okay, so we have created the purchase order based on the criteria what we have given in the batch job query. So now you can see that this purchase order is actually in the status of purchase order status is open order and approved status is approved. We have also not enabled the change management, that's why it is approved. But in another tab, I'll just duplicate this tab when we'll see how the batch job is running right now. So now in order to do that, in order to check that, actually just go to system administration, users, thing inquiries, yeah, inquiries, batch jobs. So here I will just filter it by created. Yeah. So you can see the batch purchase order confirmation. Of course, this was actually previously created by me. So that's also showing right now. So the purchase order confirmation batch job is waiting. So this will the status will change to executing, right? So this status will change from waiting to executing, and then we'll be able to see how our purchase orders getting auto confirmed. So now I'll click on refresh. You can see it right now, the purchase order is automatically confirmed, and we never went to purchase and then we clicked on confirm, right? So it is automatically confirmed right now based on the criteria which we gave for the batch job. So this is how you create a batch job for your business processes and reduce most of the monotonous steps and improve your efficiency. So how to clear the bad jobs? See, why I want to cover this point is over a period of time you can see there will be multiple bad jobs created in your system, right? Most of them may not be relevant. Even if you take the example right now, I have created an example bad job before to making this video. So there are multiple bad jobs which are available, which might sound confusing over a period of time. So you may need to clear those. So in order to clear those bad jobs, if you go to system, yeah, we are already in system administration, then periodic task. You can clean up the bad job history. So if you want to clean up the bad job history, you can use this option. So there are two options. One is the custom one, another one is not a custom non-customized one. The custom one, you can specify the criterias for specific statuses, specific created company. You can specify the status criterias based on which you can do the bad job history cleanup. So you can add the criterias and then do the cleanup. So in the other case, you will not be able to add the criterias. If you go to the non-custom one, you will not be able to provide any specific criteria. So this is the difference between these two. So you can use these two options to clean up the bad jobs which are created. And also the last point is I have for the statuses, because it's also a big topic. So I have just given a detailed description of the statuses in the same video post description. Please check out the same, because there will be multiple statuses which will be available over here. You can also change the statuses of the bad jobs if you click on change status, and you can change the status. And you can modify the statuses based on the respective business process, because this one will not allow job status cannot be changed to status canceling, because this is in withhold. If it is waiting executing, I can cancel it. This is in the status of withhold, which I cannot cancel it. If it is in the status of waiting, let's say I'll try to change the status. I just don't want it to be waiting. I want to cancel this. Okay, so the job stay with the status waiting cannot be changed to the status canceling. So basically, system is not allowing me to change the status. But if it should be basically, I think, if let's try with executing, I want to cancel it. Job with status waiting cannot be, okay. I think it has taken only the first. Let me select this. Let me select these two. Then I want to change the status, and I click on OK. Change the status to canceling. Yeah, I think I missed out selecting it by the line. So you need to select the appropriate record. So so the point is, you need to ensure the grid level selection. You have select the appropriate record, and then you change the statuses. And for detailed description about the statuses, I have given it in the video description. So please check out the same. Okay, so that's it for today's video. You saw about what is a bad job, how to create a bad job, clear the bad job history, and what are all the statuses available in the bad job, right? Hope to see you soon in the next video tomorrow. Thank you.